Hi guys, you're at Freaking Jeep. My name's John, and kind of giving you the plans of this video somewhat. Hope you get a little bit of sawing video in here. I have this log here, which isn't long enough to do what I wanted. So it means nothing to me. I could cut it up into firewood and would probably mean a lot more to me. But it's a nice sized log. This one, now there's no bark on these, they're rotted. This one here is measuring 24 inches. This one here is measuring 22 inches without bark, so that's a nice log, but they do have some little bit of rot issues in a little bit, so I don't know. So they're going to be practice logs for me, and I'm going to practice quarter sawing because I'm not very good at it. I don't do it, don't know that much about it, and anything I say about it, if I say something, which I'm going to give you a bunch of stuff now that's just my thoughts, if they're not right, I don't care, okay? I'm not going to go reading a book or doing too much reading or all that kind of stuff because I don't really quarter saw that much. I'm just having fun playing around, and it's something that people want to see. So quarter saw, I think there's two quarter saws, okay, which you probably don't agree right off the bat with me. There's quarter saw where you're actually cutting quarter to the I don't know why they call it quarter. It's because you're quartering the log is what it is. But some people are quarter sawing for figure. Some people are quarter sawing for the quarter saw grain in the wood. And there's a angle there of the grain to the slab to be quote be quarter sawed. But if you're into a log and you're getting some nice figure out of it, if you're quarter sawing for figure, you might take one that's not the way it is. So I think there's, you're doing it for the actual stability of the wood, and I think that's the number one. And then the modularity rays, or whatever they call those rays, are what you get as a result. In other words, the grass greener on the other side of the fence, you get over there and you find something else. And I think some people like that figure. I don't really care for it. That's just the way it is. Anyhow, let me show you what I got here. I'm going to take you off the stand and kind of what my plans are, and then I'm going to probably put it on the carriage. This log here at this end is 10 inches. I'm hoping you're seeing it. 10 inches from here to here in about this area. It's about 14 inches here. At the other end, it's about 18 inches. So that means if I put it in there, it's going to be crooked. Anything you saw this way or this way with the grain going up straight through it is at an angle, and they're going to bow and curve and do all sorts of goofy things. That's my belief. I found that to be true. Okay, so what I'm going to do, and if you look down there, this is a butt-end log. You can see how it gets big down there. And down there, I think you can kind of see the knot right at the end. It's got a little bit of bow to it, but that's more, the bow is created by the butt swell. So what I'm going to try to do is flip it over. This way here is a happy log, okay, because it's a womp womp log. But I'm going to try to get it square or fairly square. So when I cut in here, I might get some, well, down there I'm going to get an ironing board. Here I'm going to get an ironing board and try to get this so it's basically centered. Now, if you watch, everybody's got their own way of sawing it and this kind of stuff, and I'm happy with that. If I take and saw this, once I get this to where it's wanted, if I saw it straight through, okay, that's going to be half the log falling down. That's going to be that's going to be a crash. That ain't going to be a boom. It's going to be a boom crash or crash boom. So what I generally do is I knock it off till I have about a 2 or 3 inch face on each side. Because most of the time, this is, like I said, a rotten log. See, it's rotted into here, so I want to get it into there, okay? Then when I start pulling it off, it's going to have a little more control, is my opinion. You do it any way you want. If you have a band mill, it just sits on top of what you just cut off. You have no problem. You go down and watch Nathan it out of the woods, and not a problem at all. I just watched another video on Mark quarter sawing a gigantic oak, and that's, you're only talking little boards here. Here I'd be better off because I'd get a longer board here, but it's not comfortable on this sawmill, so I just don't feel like doing that, but I would get a lot more comfortable. But if I saw this off, then I have a more consistent cut all around. Now that one over there, it's 12 inches from the pith out to here and 9 inches that way, and on the back side you can't see that it's 15 down there. I wrote a 15 in there. I had some other markings on for that, and it's 9 inches down the other end. So this side here, as you can see, that's pretty daggone straight, and if you can see that little knot protruding out right there, that's where it measured up. So we're going to try to straighten that up. So I'm going to put this one on. I'm not going to bring it along for that because wrestling it around is, I don't mind doing it. I have the log turners. I just haven't hooked them up. If I ever get them hooked up, I've been wrestling logs for so many years, it doesn't even mean anything to me to wrestle the log. That's the way it's been done for 100 years. Now it would be nice if I had 10 people with cant hooks flipping it over the way they originally did it, but it really doesn't concern me. So, you know, that's just how it is. So I'm going to move the carriage down, get this on, I don't know how many head blocks. I might move it down a little bit to get it so I can get it on 4 head blocks. I'd like to get it on 4 head blocks. Anyhow, that's kind of my plans. That's where we're going, and that's my thoughts on this nonsense. So we'll see you back in a little bit. I got wood splitting to do. I got leaves to pick up. I got to go to town and get gas. So I got a lot going on today as usual. Dispatched a squirrel. What else? I don't know. I got, you can see over there, the tool cat's loaded with another load of rounds or whatever. Pretty nasty rounds. And somebody stole my whole pile of wood there. You can see I've already started whittling on some wood. I just put it over here till I get a chance to cover it up. Got it filled up. So anyhow, I'll bring you back when we're maybe knocking the edges off. We'll see you later now. Bye-bye. Hi guys, we're down there. We got the log on, or I got the log on just about where I want it. You can see the line going across there. Here's what you got. You got about 10 inches to the pith. Down at the other end you got 13. So I need about 3 inches back here. So I got about 3 inches there. So if you add 3 inches onto that down there, it comes up with my first cut. I wanted about 26. If you can see that. And up here, here's my first cut at about 26. The top is inches. So that's where I'm going to try to take a gnaw at it. So I'm going to start the saw up and bring it back in a minute. Or maybe I'll just start, well, yeah, I'm gonna bring you back in a minute. So I got the tape, I'm beyond the taper here, so I just but I got a taper on it there and a taper on it there, so it should be fine. I pulled it in, it was stable. So I'll be back in a minute after I get it started and pull off something. So we'll see you in a bit. I think I got you in a pretty good spot. I really can't see. What do we got here? Some cleanup to do, but I think it cut just about where I said I was going to cut. 3 inches, right on 26. All right, I got to get a little bit cleaned up and roll that log over. So we'll be back in a little bit. If you're wondering how I turn this log, it's really not that big a deal. If you do, the biggest problem is the rod in it. But other than that, now if I roll the head blocks back, it'd probably be a little bit easier. I'm gonna have to probably rebite that because of the rod. But all I'm shooting for is to get this flat on there, and it's just about there. And it's still sunlight out, so you know I haven't been here all day unless this is the next day. So I'm gonna get back to moving that 180, and then we'll bring you back for another slice. So that's how I roll the log. We'll see you in a bit. Well, here's where we're at. Not as good as I hoped, but I'm all right. I'm 10 inches to the heart there. I'm taking the first cut at 20 inches, so I'm off by basically a ½ inch, which I think it's an inch, but when you consider the two sides on the saw, it's a ½ inch, or that's the way I look at it. Now you're starting to be able to get measurements on it and really fine tune it. And the first cut's only going to be here, but it's going to be take. I guess you can see that part out there that's sticking out. I'm going to put you over here. I had you over here a minute ago, and it didn't work out too bad, I don't think. I think you can see everything about there. The legs aren't aren't down. Maybe that's maybe I should turn the lights on. I'll turn the lights on, see if that helps the visibility. Well, let me see what it looks like now. I don't know if that helped or not. I'll find out at the same time you guys find out watching the video tonight. So we're going to take one slice and then got some cleanup to do. Bring it back a little bit, because now I gotta roll it up, put it on the flat. But we'll be back in a little bit. Well guys, it's about a ½ hour later. Had some other things I had to do, so I went and did them. I cut up the slab wood down at the other end. Then I thought, well, this should go over pretty easy. Of course, it was never meant to be easy. I should have left it down there where I could reach it, but because this is round, it rolls. I don't know why that set works doesn't want to kick down, but this should roll till those dogs decide not to let it roll anymore. And they're starting to let loose now. So we'll go until they let loose. Check the beds yeah, see, it's loose now. So we can have a good boom. That's pretty solid. And the beds could be cleaned off a little bit. There's so much rot in this. The rot in this is some of the problem. If you're dealing with cleaner logs, it would be less headachy. But I don't deal with good logs. I don't have a broom. And that log is just kind of sitting there on those sitting there on the thing, but I thought this might get a good boom out of this. If I bring the L's up, L's or knees or whatever you want to call them, they're called different names at different places. Frick calls them L's. If I was to bring them up, I could let the log down slow. But then it wouldn't be any fun, would it? So here's a cant hook. If I hit the L's, then we won't have a boom. If I don't hit the L's, we'll have a boom. And why do you need to go to a gym? I got the big cant hook back there, but I don't think I'm going to need it. Biggest problem is finding a chunk that's worthy of biting into. Now I'll reseat it a little bit more. And it should go. We should get a boom here, guys. Or not. I didn't quite take it back far enough, did I? I guess we ain't gonna get a boom. Oh well. Sorry about your bad luck. I can go back a little further. I'm at 37 inches now back. 37 inches from there to the blade. And we'll no boom, but it's rocking. I didn't like the way it rocked. So we'll bring it up to, but it really wasn't hard. I mean, you guys saw how long it took. Now I gotta set the taper and all that stuff. I'll leave it there. I don't want to go back with it. So, how long did it take? It took longer to play with the movie than it did to film that, but I thought you might be interested. Now, once I get a flat on it, on this side, then rolling it's going to be a beast. So it took me 5 minutes, minus camera time, BSing and all that kind of stuff. So about 3 minutes. And if you had a log turn, it'd be a lot faster, but wouldn't be no exercise involved. We'll be back in a little bit. Well, I thought I was going to have to do all sorts of hocus pocus to it. Right to the heart's about 11 inches. I don't know if you can read that upside down number or not. But the blind squirrel got a nut. Crazy time. I wasn't going to film this part. It's just, you know, it's just goofiness. All right, let's get in here, see if I can get up here. I came in a different way. That heart there is right about 11 inches too. So I can just bring the L's up and I'm good to go. Thought you might be interested in that. Bye. Well, here we go. We take another cut off. I'm at 18.5 inches. I marked it on the other end. That's a big chunk of wood. Now where's it going to come out at? Not a bad looking board. I don't know how well you can see this. Pretty good looking. Now it's going to be rougher rolling it back now because it's on a flat. Looks like I'm a little bit of a home wrecker down there. Can you see him running around? Oh well, we'll be back in a little bit. I got to swing you around. I got to get rid of that piece there. That's about 6 inches there. And the leg on the tripod broke. So I got a couple issues. Bit of delay, but we're here. You can see the sun's kind of changing its ways on the blade. We're cutting 17.5. I'll take another inch. That's pretty ugly still. I'll take another inch. As nice a space as that other one. Got a few inclusions in it. Alright, I'll be back in a little bit. I'm going to clean that, cut that up, get it out of my hair. We'll see you in a bit. Well guys, I don't know whether we're going for a boom or a crash, but we're going for something. So let's, here. I think we might get a boom. That shook some gear up. All right. Starting to make a little progress here. Slow progress though, ain't it? That's all right. I was never known for being speedy. So, thought you might come along for the boom. I'm gonna bring it up and chop it up. And the leg keeps falling off this stupid tripod. Oh well. We'll see you in a little bit. Bye-bye. Got some leaves to get up. I'll show you what it's like for a real quick one. Looks like the camera went down, but you can see how it gets them up pretty quick. But they're so deep right now, because I haven't done these at all, that when it gets deep enough, the front of the deck of the mower just starts pushing them like a dozer and it doesn't vacuum them up. And I make longer runs so I don't have to sit there and come back through the dust. So I'm gonna do some more leaves in between that log I got on the sawmill. And I'll just throw this in there to kind of show you other stuff that I wanted to get done today, plus splitting some wood. So I'll be back in a little bit. I'm gonna get one whole load of leaves and bring you back and show you the mess that I got up. We'll see you, bye. Well, here's the good news. You can see all the leaves I got up. And just when you think you're getting ahead, now this is a load, she's filled up. But the mower went boom. Not a good sign. Something's gone wrong in it. It won't start. You can see there's a full load in there. You can see them up the top. I could have got a few more in there, but not many. But when I hit the starter, she's lost all compression and everything. It's turning over, but something went boom. So just when you think you're starting to get ahead, and I still got more leaves in the front to do. This old mower we bought back in around 85 or 86, and it don't owe me nothing, but you know me, I like to get a little more out of it. So anyway, this is where it's sitting. I have to come back here with a Kubota and hook all this stuff up and get it out of there. I'll do that tomorrow. I'm not going to mess around with it. I'm just gonna, sad day. Anyhow, I'm heading to the sunset. We'll see you, bye. Alright guys, I think I'll finish the day off with a little wood splitting. Just got back from blowing up the motor in the lawnmower. I guess you didn't see it happen, but you I guess saw the results. A lot of this is real gnarly, goofy stuff, and so I'm going to throw it over there till you know that I get a space. I don't know if I can show you down there. I get a space in between the front row and the back row. And once I build up this front row some, I can start putting that oddball stuff in there that just doesn't want to stack. And there's no point in screwing up your perfectly good stack. So I'm just kind of, this is a no-brainer. I can just kind of putt along, I hope, and split some wood and kind of mellow down after knowing I lost my lawnmower after, I guess, probably bought that 86, 85, 86, somewhere around there. I don't know. And it's been a real good mower. So it, like I said, I think in the tape, it doesn't owe me anything, but I'd like to get a little bit more out of it because that's just the way I am. All right. Oh, you got to pull the choke on. This motor here, it's over 50 years old. Oil's good. The oil was good in that. There was not a problem there. So let's take the motor off without opening it up. So anyhow, appreciate you coming along. I'm just gonna fade into the sunset splitting wood tonight. We'll see you. Do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe button. And my mind isn't in the right frame of mind to work on that sawmill right now. So we'll be back tomorrow working on that. I drove off without showing you the wrap up. That's where we got, this is where we got, that's a nice stack of oak wood, even though it's got a little rot in there. Those are some nice logs. All the stuff that was over there, those misfits, you can see them. They get stacked down in there in between everything. And then I'll probably put another layer of these in there or something like that. Haven't really figured out. So, this is the final kabaya of the day. We'll see you. Bye-bye.